Hi everyone, Mike White here. Welcome to this week's vlog post. This will be the last installment of this year's business planning process and looking back over these 5 posts that we've done in October and revisiting the business planning module that's on the IMT coaching website. It should be relatively simple for you to create your business plan and the systems and the schedules that you're going to need to make it all happen. Remember, your business plan is your roadmap. It is the place that you can check your numbers and do your in-flight verification, if you will, month to month to make sure that the things that you're anticipating doing, you are doing, and the things that you expect to be a result of having done that work is really happening. So one special reminder I think I need to leave with you this year is to be certain that you are not looking at your numbers like you would any other year. It's important to really weigh out your numbers for your business this year and compare it over your market. Now, nationally speaking, we know purchase business is up more than 20% year over year. Refinances are up over 80% over 2019. And it's important that you look at your numbers right now and your local market to see the relationship in the business, especially in your purchase area. Refinances are pretty standard across the board. Some areas have had more significant appreciation over some time, but more volatile are the home sales, the purchase arena, because some markets are significantly hotter than all, and most of them are significantly stronger than this time last year. And it's important that you understand to weigh out your numbers, because we look at 2021 and we can pretty much, forecast that we're not going to see the same drop in interest rates from 2020 to 2021 that we saw from 2019 into 2020. It's be hard pressed to drop another 1% lower than where we are today. So I don't see a precipitous drop in rates, and I also don't see a dramatic rise in rates, at least through the first part of 2021. So I think rates will be more stable, but I think the pressure on refinances will be a little harder for those who are relying on refinances as a bigger part of their business, because let's face it, we've pretty much nailed down the low-hanging fruit, the ones that were easy to spot, the ones with the greatest benefit. So there's going to be a little more work and a little more effort in converting those refis. Now, there's still plenty of people out there who have interest rates well over 3.5%, but they're just going to be more challenging to identify. Now, to me, new purchases are a completely different story. I believe that the purchase activity for 2021 is going to be just as strong, potentially stronger in some markets in 2021 than it was this year. So I think it's important to focus on those potential purchase transactions and really to look at your numbers for this year and pay attention to where that purchase business came from. So what I'm asking you to weigh your numbers, I really want you to look at your blend of business and pretty much say, if where you are, were you 60-40 purchase or 60-40 refi, 70-30 purchase or 70-30 refi, were you 50-50 purchase and refi? I think it's important that you pay attention to this, because I am estimating that overall refinances, because they're going to be a bigger challenge to find and a little more time consuming, you're probably going to lose 40 to 50% of the total refis. So if you did 50 refis last year, you might only do 30 in 2021, and you need to account for that, which means either more work looking for refinances or accepting the fact that you're going to have a smaller tranche of business coming from refinances. But on the purchase side of things, and again, when we pull our purchase numbers up, I think it's fairly reasonable to assume that whatever numbers you put on the board in 2020 are likely to be higher, and in some cases, depending upon your market, significantly higher. But with the pressure that we've seen in the housing market in general across the board, across many of the areas, it's not just, the top end of the market or the bottom end of the market. The market is pretty strong in all areas in most markets. So it would be pretty reasonable to look at your housing market and see what your market is seeing. And if you're in places like, Arizona or Texas or Florida, or surprisingly for some people, Indiana, who are seeing huge increases in traffic and opportunities and people moving into those states from other locations, you could easily gross up your 2020 numbers by 20 to 25%, maybe larger. And that is really not stretching, as far as I'm concerned, the limit of what is possible given the activity levels. And part of the reason we talked about, our business plan, and part of the reason we talked about what we do these last 2 months was really drilling down on those referral partners who could help us. And for me, I think too many loan officers take that message to say, how many more realtors can I track down? And I have nothing against realtor relationships, but I think the low-hanging fruit when it comes to where new purchase opportunities are going to come from are not with realtors. I think there's already enough pressure on realtors from all different angles. Their ability to control transactions is not what it once was. And only a handful of realtors are dedicated to spending time controlling those referrals because they understand the value of it. Most are oblivious to it. I think the market we really need to be focusing on the last 60 days of this year, and the focus of where our new purchase business is going to come from, really needs to come from the other professional side of the referral triangle. I think accountants, attorneys, financial planners, insurance professionals, small banks, and credit unions are going to be a treasure trove of purchase opportunities. So get into the website, take a look at your referral triangle, complete your business plan. And as always, the information is on the website, imtcoaching.com. If you need help making this move forward, it's mike@imtcoaching.com. Reach out, let us know. We're here to help you, but the reality of it is we really have to drill down now and get the work done now. And for those of you who haven't completed your continuing education, I'm begging you to hurry up and get that out of the way before you create extra pressure on yourself at the end of the year. So again, we look forward to speaking to you again next week. If you have any questions, just send us an email. We'll talk to you again soon. Take care.